Listen,
Never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
we know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Getting on baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
There is no human being on the planet I'd rather be talking to right now than Nathaniel Lowe. A fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, of course.
It.
Thanks for having me.
I meant to catch up with you about a month ago. You were with another team. I'm glad that we waited because there's a lot more going on. Right.
A couple changes.
Yeah. How's it like? So what is changing? Like this is you've changed teams before, but not in this capacity.
No. Yeah.
What's it's been like?
It's just exciting to play big games, and especially big games in August that are going to get us ready for big games in September and then so forth from there. So it's cool to be back in the mix. Obviously, the group's in a really good spot right now, and we're looking to improve, and I feel like I can do my part to help this team improve.
So I want to talk about big games and that dynamic.
Sure.
But one of the things that I find fascinating, I actually just talked to David Bednar about it. This shows you how old I am. I want to go back to Torrey Hunter when he went from Minnesota to the Angels.
Okay.
And because it stuck with me what he said, which is I didn't feel quite like I was part of the team or the organization or the community until I had my big moment. And in that case, it was a grand slam. Fortunately for you, you've had a big. But can you see that? Can you see you come in, all eyes are on you. There's a certain amount of expectations or just wonderment, and then you have that moment you hit a home run.
It's just pretty relieving for it to happen in my second game, instead of getting stuck in the rut of oh my gosh, I have to impress the new guys.
That's what I mean, yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're 4, 5, 6 games in and still looking for something crazy to happen. But I feel like when you just kind of if I go out and play my brand of baseball, and put together good at-bats, play good defense and run the bases, the game should speak for itself. I don't feel like I have to press.
But that's easier said than done.
Oh, yeah. Nobody can just, there are very few guys that can flip the switch and just play better.
Yeah.
So, but it was a special moment the other day, so it was really exciting to do it in front of the home crowd, hit a big homer late, tie up a game, and, kind of give the guys some energy.
What's your heart rate at that moment?
180? I couldn't tell you. I don't remember a whole ton of running around the bases.
Throw the cougar in the car.
Yeah.
That's why Tyler did get that reference. But you went through it, like I said, a different way when you go to the Nationals. And was there that element too? I know that it's in spring training, but it's hey, you know what? I'm here. I got to get to know everybody. I want to make sure that everyone likes me. I want to make sure that everyone knows how good I am. That was your first iteration of this, right?
Yeah, and I really didn't play as well as I would have liked to, and maybe I pushed too hard to do something like that, or was going about it the wrong way. But it was a learning experience for sure, and I was happy with a lot of the guys there, but there's still more to prove, and I'm excited to prove it in this uniform.
No, but that's the thing. You've gone through it,
Yeah.
And I'll come back to it. It's not a small thing, man. Hitting a home run, in a big home run like this, you can go 0 for 50. You won't go 0 for 50, but you can. People are remember that? Remember that home run? That's it.
Yeah, but we also didn't win, so that's kind of the most deflating part of that whole thing.
Right.
So I would have liked to had another good at bat there and win, but we got a chance to do that today.
So when you going back to when you were winning a lot, and you went through the games that mattered in August and September and October, what do you remember about that run a couple of years ago?
It just felt like the guys organically molded together. It didn't feel forced, you had to do something to be a better teammate. Guys just showed up and did it. So it felt like the group that was assembled. Chappie was acquired before the deadline, and then the deadline acquisitions in 23. The guys just fit in, and we got a happy clubhouse. At the same time, we almost missed the playoffs by a half game, right? We're only a wild card team by a half a game, but after we lost that last day in Seattle 1-0, got on the airplane for 7 hours to fly from Seattle to Tampa, it was like something just clicked.
Really?
But it wasn't forced. It wasn't like, all right, guys, it's playoffs, let's try harder. It was just like, all right, we're in this now. We know what's in front of us. We don't get the time off that you would get if you're a higher seed and you miss the wild card round. Like, we just had to go out and play, and we did.
I think that it's such a good lesson because as we sit here, we're just so much trying to define what teams are the World Series teams, right? But that team, to your point, like you thought, okay, we're good, but it's not like, oh man, we're going to roll through the World Series.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. And the guys a couple hours south of us in Houston, like they closed the gap and won the West. And like obviously it all came out in the wash in a big championship series, but we had a chance to win the West by a couple games and we didn't.
Yeah. Let me tell you my favorite Chris Young story from that. So Dayton Moore, he told me this, that when in July, Chris Young got everybody together, all the executives and the team together, saying, we think we can win the World Series. Because if we do, we're going to have to trade these guys, ultimately like Cole Reagan, and some of these other guys. But that is a guy who understands, and I think they did that this year too, honestly, like what they did with Merrill Kelly, whatever.
Right.
But I don't know if you as players could feel that.
Yeah, well, we definitely addressed needs that we had, and like a name that might not get brought up as much as it should is Jordan Montgomery. He was great.
Yeah.
He was great for us, and like great off the field too. And when he and Stratton came from St. Louis, they just fit in right away. Like they had the two of each other to sit with on the airplane, but they were a part of the group, and obviously
right away.
Huge contributors down the stretch.
Right away they fit right. That's another thing, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when front offices and Nebraska does their homework and they get good guys who fit into the organization, like you can throw the rest of your season out because the only thing that matters is winning that day. And it felt like the group, especially in the postseason, did a good job of winning that day.
So it seems like it's only been a few days, but it seems like you're pretty seamlessly fit in here. Again, hitting a home run helps. But you're a good guy, and everyone knows that, and it's a good group of guys and everything else. But what can you say? Like what? Not that you're going to do the Rudy in the stool speech in the middle of the clubhouse, but what can you sort of like? Okay, this is how it feels. This is what we should do. This is what This is what September's going to look like.
Yeah. Well, even after we lost Tuesday, we were sitting eating dinner before we got on the airplane, and I was sitting there talking with Bregman about like just taking disciplined at bats, and I think that when guys are disciplined and committed to their approach and what they're in there to do, then it's pretty freeing, because either you can only do what you can do. Like there's no reason for one guy to step up and be superhuman hero. Like when the whole group gets together and works on the same page, that's when you find winners. So as a group, we can get more disciplined. Personally, I can get more disciplined and just go out there and execute.
But that leads me to another thing that I think is so important, to have guys like you, to have guys like Bregman, to have those conversations. And I'm not going to be like old man yelling at clouds saying like, hey, the GMs aren't prioritizing this stuff enough. But this is when voices like that are important, I think. To know what it's like to get through 162, to know what it's like to get through like when the rubber meets the road time, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like, the coaching staff's into it and they care and they're doing their homework and showing up and helping guys address personal needs and team needs. Like it takes everybody top to bottom. So it's cool to see that this group really feels like, my whole 2 days here, that they're bought into doing something special.
So when the other part of being traded is the family thing.
Yeah.
Right? And Lucas, I was talking to Lucas Ursic, who was dealt last year. Mm-hmm. And Lucas was like, my wife just carried the load, man. Like I had to get from here to here, and she took care of everything.
Yeah.
What's that been like? Because this we like to think that we're more than baseball. We're just human beings.
Yeah.
What's that been like?
Well, we're a party of 2.5 right now. My wife's 9 months pregnant.
Okay.
So like, he's supposed to show up next week.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we get the whole a whole move is just so interesting. But she went home at the All-Star break, just because.
Where's home?
Texas.
Okay.
Home is Texas. Yeah. She went home at the All-Star break and took a couple bags with her, took the dogs with her, and she's there getting ready to have the baby. So luckily, one of my best friends was in town to watch that whole series that weekend. And I went to the field, turned the corner, and GM's in the office. I'm like, well, I'm getting taken off the roster. So I called him, and thankfully he was there to help me pack up my rental house. And that was Thursday afternoon that I got cut. Most of it was packed Thursday night. Put the finishing touches on everything Friday morning, and I'm at home in Texas with her, waiting to see what happens like the next day.
Oh.
Yeah. So Thursday DFA'd, Friday at home, Sunday afternoon flying out to Boston. Tuesday I'm in the starting lineup, and I get to hit a homer at the end of the game. So.
Wait, it did not induce the baby.
No.
Was she watching?
Oh yeah, she's
really?
going nuts. She loves Fenway. She might like Fenway more than I do.
Oh,
and
really?
I love Fenway.
Really?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Where's she from?
She's from Arlington. She's from Texas.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah, but when she when she travels, she came to Boston. Maybe not last year, the year before. I got her some seats up by the front so she could sit there like right next to the field and see the whole thing, and she was having a ball. She loved it.
So she was pretty psyched.
Oh my gosh, yeah. She told me she watched the replay so many times.
Oh, really?
Seeing all the people going crazy.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a little story that maybe nobody cares about but me.
Give it to me.
My 92-year-old dad was at the game that night. I went down, and he gets around okay. But I went down and said, okay, you know what? We're going to bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th, at no outs. But you guys, nothing happens. So, Dad, we're going to take off. Like, we got to beat traffic. Off. Right.
Oh, no.
So it takes a little while to get around. So we're literally coming around the corner. I mean, around, you don't really probably know the streets yet, but Boylston Street, which is like right there. And we got the radio on. And I just felt like the biggest asshole. I was like, I deprived my dad from like this moment, and it was just, and he's like, you know, him and my uncle, like,
you know, well, you don't want to startle old people, you know. Like, no, I think that's a lot of experience.
Well, I can just tell you, like, the joy that you brought him with this listening to on the radio.
Thank you.
That was pretty cool, and actually, I felt okay when an hour later and we still hadn't gotten home and the game wasn't over, so it would have been a late night.
Okay.
But my point is, it was a great. Like, that's the thing, is that I'm so happy your wife got a chance to see it.
Yeah.
And see the reaction. Like, we have that Bryce Harper home run from a couple of years ago in the playoffs, and the iconic photos. Yeah. Like, that's what you want, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, so special, you know. But obviously, we'd like to have a couple more better at bats and come out on top of that one. But like, it was good for the group to see, like, you know, I want to win. We want to win.
Yeah.
Like, we mean business.
And so to go back, so I apologize, I'm taking you away from the phone right now.
That's all right.
But how does this work now? Are you going to induce, or
Yeah, well, we had set it up around the schedule from the DC schedule, which was an off day.
Okay.
So her full term would be next Thursday, which is a day game in Baltimore. So we're still trying to work out the final details of what's going to happen, but yeah, I mean, it could happen any day, and yeah, we're ready.
It's a lot, man.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And then you go to the balance of, like, I want to be there for seeing my first child born, and then how much do I want to take away from a team that just picked me up, that needs me to contribute to win, that's in the playoff race, you know? So we'll get it figured out, talk to my agent, talk with the guys here, and see what's best. But, you know, it's a good time.
It's a memorable, if nothing else, it's a memorable time.
Yeah. My first child being born, and you know, getting to, like, push for the playoffs in Boston.
That's the thing, is that, like, it's been probably a tough year for you in a lot of ways, right?
I haven't played as well as I wanted to, and you know, but we're going to put that in the rear view.
No, but that's what I mean. I mean, like, this is the lesson of baseball season.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, we can be so down, or we can be like, it's not working out, or I'm going to be here, it's not a winning team, or whatever it is. Next thing you know, you're being a father for the first time on a team in a playoff race.
Oh yeah. And you know, my parents were so concerned too. Like, when I got designated, they're like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay? Like,
oh really?
Are you gonna play again? Like, how are you gonna, you know, what kind of income? Like, are you okay?" I think my dad asked me, like, "Are you okay not playing another pitch again?" I was like, "Dude, don't worry. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, I
oh,
would.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly would be like, Dad.
Well-
oh, dude, like, did you look at my numbers? I have a pretty good track record.
Yeah, but there's always more. There's always more to push for.
Yeah, but they're parents and they're looking out for you.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, because they probably he had never had, or your parents had never had to been through. Like, I don't know what the biggest adversity you had faced before.
Well, looking at my slash line in DC, that put a damper on their mood.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like in terms of like your baseball playing career, you're good in high school. You're good in the pros. You get called up. But that's another lesson, right?
Oh yeah. Well, it's been a lot of lessons. Honestly, it's been a lot because I've never had to like work through the numbers being where they are. It's just something new to me. Thankfully, I've had pretty decent seasons up until this point. So now it's just, I guess, a good reminder that the individual stats like they matter, but they don't really matter when the team's like pushing for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point, like get to the playoffs and then anything can happen, figure out how to win that night, and that's it.
And another thing that you probably saw firsthand is that the story can flip so quick.
Right away.
And it's not we need this exact same amount of time. In other words, you can have 4 months of a bad story, right? Mm-hmm. And I'll use free agency as an example. I can tell you so many guys who have made so much money off of 2.5 weeks of being good in October.
Crazy.
Jordan Montgomery, like he defined himself.
Yeah.
By doing that.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
He made a lot of money. He made a lot of money.
But yeah, whether it's money or just like getting, just hey, like if I look back at 2025, like what I'm going to remember is having 1,000 OPS in my 2 months in Boston and then having a great postseason run.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's kind of the goal of all of it, right?
Yeah. And what's your? Did you have a name? You don't have to.
Barrett. Yeah, his name's Barrett.
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 Oh, great name.
Yeah, thank you.
And middle name?
His middle name is Ray. That's my mom's name.
Oh,
yeah,
what a great name.
Yeah,
what a great name. And I'm going to ask the obligatory first name question, but not I saw the Play Tessie guys, and they're all great guys, and they ask you about it. But I'm curious, like when you sign your name, so when you have signed your name to like an autograph,
yeah,
right? Did you always sign it Nathaniel?
It's just an N scribble, L scribble.
So no one could tell. I was trying to like find like I was solving a big
there's
mystery.
There's a little L at the end of the scribble, so Nathaniel could come out if you look hard enough, but the N and the L they like when I'm pumping them out, right? Sign a bunch of them. It's N scribble, L scribble.
Are you like me? You couldn't write cursive? Like?
Oh, I can write cursive.
Oh, you could?
It just took me forever.
Oh, you got a Z and a Q and a
Yeah, the Z's are tough. Yeah. I haven't written in cursive in a while.
Yeah, no, neither have I. But hey, listen, congratulations. It was really good talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.